Okay, my audio is working. Basically, I have some time. Therefore, I decided to do something on Gamble Tower. There are a bunch of things here in the milestone that I wish to accomplish for the closed beta specifically, and I want to at least attempt to finish something here. It could be an event, it could be something else entirely, maybe unlockable of some kind. So I'm going to use Spin Wheel of Names. I really like this website. I think that I can do Hub UI. That's something that has been bothering me for a while. Also implement some kind of character ranking. I'm not sure how hard that's gonna be, but I think that most of the visual implementation for that is already done, so I don't think that's gonna be as difficult. Fix the treant. I could probably also add reroll, acquirable reroll as a tower upgrade shop. Rerolls. I don't think that I'll be able to do these matching bets right now because it's kind of complex. Maybe I could try. So I think that those 5 things are reasonably doable. So I'm gonna spin that and pray to get a easy thing to do. Alright, character ranking. So now that I think about it, I actually need to decide how character ranking is actually going to work. I'm not sure if I ever documented anything related to the character ranking thing. Basically, the ranking is supposed to be stars that's gonna appear, are going to appear on the top of the character's card, and I don't think that I actually documented anything about it, but I think there is an actual task here. So I'm going to put this above Gamma events for a while. And the thing about character ranking is that they are supposed to represent the character's power. Like, those characters are more pricey. Let's write that down.
The characters with higher ranks are pricier, more expensive, and are supposed to be better in the sense that they possess more traits. Their stats are perhaps a little better by default, and that is it.
I'm not entirely sure how many ranks we're gonna have. I think there was an implementation for at least 5 ranks. I'm not sure if we're gonna have that much ranks. Perhaps we are going to be limited to 3 for now. That's what I'm going to work with. 3 ranks for the closed beta. Rank 1, basic character, may have 1 trait, basic stats. I think that's cool, right? 4 ranks, that's pretty nice. Anyway, let's see how the actual implementation is done. I think there's barely any kind of implementation about ranks. I know that they are actually kinda coded here. Rating. The proper name here is actually rating, which is actually using Harity enumerator, which is very odd. And those are actually orb Harity, so I'm not going with that. Alright, so this is Ian from the future with fairly superior audio quality, and now, just to change things a bit, I'll be commenting on what I was doing during development, because there's 1 hour of development, 1 hour of footage of me trying to make the character ranking work. So the first thing that I needed to do to actually make the character ranking work was to randomize and distribute the ranks among the generated characters. That was one of the first things that I did, and thankfully it seemed to work without much issue. I could see that already because the gradient color of the character's card was already programmed by Jaqueta to change. So we have blue for hair or intermediate characters and beige for basic, simpler characters. I also had to design the meaning of each rank on the fly, as you saw earlier, and since the rank meant that stats and traits would differ, I had to code that as well. Before doing that though, I decided to finish any remaining visual cues for the player to be able to quickly understand what is the rank of each character. Those cues being those stars above each character card. Those go from 0 to 4, and a quick glance allows you to tell what is the natural rating of that specific hero. It took a little while to make this work, but when I finally did it, it was time for the most important parts of the ranking system, affecting gameplay. The two main reasons for this entire system is first, to gatekeep naturally stronger characters behind controllable progression, where you'll need to unlock the availability of higher ranked characters by actually playing the game with less fortunate heroes first, thus giving a good sense of progression. And the second reason being, you need to pay a high amount of coins for a more elite character, so you need to play and gamble smartly to save currency for a potential high quality hero. Of course, that means that if you die often and need characters desperately, you also won't be able to acquire advanced heroes, as you need to buy cheaper ones instead. Fortunately, everything went reasonably well, and we now have character ranks in the game. They are still not locked behind progression yet, but that shouldn't be difficult to address some other day, along with some other related mechanics, such as the Loan Shark. But for now, I am satisfied. I hope you enjoyed this different kind of video. I am planning to post a smaller development snippet like this one every other Wednesday or so let me know if you approve of this format. See you soon.